they're gonna build a whole heap of stuff. Like, I'll put doors and stuff around here later, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of work to kind of reach that, I feel like. I kind of feel like after I get to a point where we've researched the actual ship, I sort of feel like what I might end up doing is maybe research it. Because once the research is gone, they can spend, like, I can have one bench and people researching anything. That's fine. And if I get a spare TV or something, they can watch that while we're still trying to build a ship and stuff. Because I'm sure I'm going to need resources, and I'm sure they're going to need entertainment. But until then, the priority is unlock the research. I don't know if that's on. Try to get some. Hold on. Try to get some excess food, which we've got a little bit. We have a little bit of excess food, but not like days, like in a month worth. No. I'm gonna need a lot of components. I have a lot of advanced components, but I may need more. I don't know how many I need though. And I'll need more steel. Pretty sure I need uranium and maybe plasteel. I think they're the things that I'm gonna need for this. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'm trying to bring in like a shit ton of wood because, like, I could also throw down like a wood fire generator if I need it, because these outside might get attacked and that would allow me to defend them inside a little bit better. I'd also love to be able to put like a double thickness like wall on this place, because I think that would actually help this place a little bit on the inside. But I also have to like get them to build all this shit too, because I want to be able to have this open. I'm gonna try to make a corridor. No promises on how that's going to look, function, or whatever, because I've never made one before and I don't care for them. But I'll give it a crack and we'll see what happens. That's too much of a corner. Yeah. They're already like building. They're already like building most of this. I was trying to think of like, when I see other people's spaces, how do they usually look? And I'm like, I don't want to copy anyone's bases or anything like that, which is why I'm kind of like essentially like freeballing this, because I'm like, I don't quite know what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out as I go, kind of thing. So I feel like I need like a double wall situation, which means I'll probably have to double wall on the inside this corner and move it inwards a little bit. Like, I could have double walled on the inside theoretically and like shifted it all in by one, because I've got a little bit more space, at least up in this corner for it, if I wanted to. That wouldn't probably be a bad idea. It would force us inside just a tiny bit more. Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. I love that I just put all that down and it's like, let me just remove this. But it's necessary. And I figure a smaller, tighter base is probably going to be better than a wider base for this. So if I take the walls inwards, I'm going to have to move that lamp. I don't want to build it all the way up to it. Hold on. Don't put that there. So these I won't be able to move till later on, but I will move them because I won't need them later. And I'll have to move the lights around as well. What's that? We got some kibble. Oh, nice. That's going to feed the animals for quite a bit. That should at least keep all the meat-eating animals out away from like all the fresh food. So then we can use that. We can seal off this end. I kind of need them to still get in here though. So I'm just going to say, don't build that for a second. I need them to take out this to get these like little extra bits in here. I think they could reach that. I think they could reach that from this side maybe. What was that? Some duck fertile eggs. Let's see if they survive this time. They gotta not fucking eat them. And it's a cold snap outside. They are freezing. Hold on. Nuke, I need you. Don't consume the eggs. Somebody go and pick those up. Red, I saw you over here. Hold no empty accessible spot. How's about in here we make a zone? I thought I could put them in here. Hold on. Let's put fertile eggs in this spot. Raw food? Raw food, animal. Yeah, put the fertile eggs. This might be why they never got taken anywhere perhaps. I do think that like Jackal or Red might be closer. They're about equal distance, honestly. Try to haul those inside because they are actively freezing because cold snap. If we can get them inside before they freeze, I don't know if we're going to make that. They might freeze before they get inside. It is still progressing though. Come on, mate. You just gotta get inside that room before it hits like probably, I guess, maximum. Those are going to be some wonky eggs. Nearly. It's still progressing. And it's no longer freezing. Okay, so long as the cougars and the cats and that raccoon don't completely eat that pile, we might have ducks later. Again, there's no promises. We might get like one out of that, if that. But still, it's worth the effort. You're up here in this corner building. You'll build that in just a second. Cool. I want you to come back and I guess you can't build that yet. Okay, we'll build out the corners. And I guess we've got to like reopen that so you guys can get in here again. I'll leave the corner bit popped and see how we go. Hey, Alex. Yeah, look, I mean, if I can see it happen, I will try to like grab it. I just never saw where they went last time. Like, I don't know if my animals were that starving that they all just went and ate or what. I never caught it, so I don't know. Oh, underground plasteel. Hold on, we do need that too. That is super far away. I don't know if these are expired yet. They're working on it. They're not that fucking done yet. What is in the center? We're working on the steel in the center there. There's only like a little chunk, so I only need one. I'll probably just put it to there. And then I'm going to have a lot of like underground power lines coming out, and I'm not going to remove them for the most part unless I desperately need steel, because I want them to potentially access power all throughout here. So we'll get that too. This has to reinstall over by 1, and this spot in here needs to well, technically it needs to go up by 2. Essentially, it needs to go up into there. And these have to go. And this has to move over by 1. And then we'll continue to build this down here. And again, that side as well. Nice. 7 stream streak. Nice. Way to go, Jackal. I'm terrible for trying to maintain streaks. I miss a stream like by 1 day and it's like it's gone. How you doing? What are you up to today? I'm trying to get them to deal with a bit of a cold snap that we've got going at the moment. So yeah. I guess that fence is fine there for the moment. We'll reinstall that up. I'll have to go around and move all these up anyway, you know, but yeah, it'll be fine. I had wanted to get over 100 before, but Twitch errors broke it. Highest running was 81 now. Yeah, I heard that Twitch has like broken some, because I know Viking's stream streak is broken, or like inaccurate or something. I think they've like inclined, because like, yeah, it's one of those things where like a couple of people have like a shit ton. Oh, yeah, that's not great. Some people have a shit ton and some people like, yeah, it like fucks them over and stuff. I had one like the other week where it was a really solid run, and then bam, it was just fucking reset, and I was actively watching them and I'm like, that's not fair. There should be enough. There should be enough people, although I don't feel like them being outside is going to be safe. Can I target them in any way? Nope. We're just going to have to do the best we can with this. I need gunners to get the fuck out of the way. Or at least, like, get into the thick of the battle. Get in there. Let you guys just go in there. Basically, anybody that has a gun or a no gun, I want you guys to just go in on your own and pick something to go punch. Because some of you guys are going to die. Like, basically that cluster is mostly going to die. I kind of need some of you guys to retreat backwards. I know. Well, they're alive for the moment. You guys go back inside. Go tend to yourselves. How are we doing with, like, health stuff? Just give me a hot second. You got 9 hours, 22, 14, Nuke's down. Did anybody pick up Nuke? Sort of. They've got 5 hours. And Alex is down 7 hours. Okay. And Izzy is apparently still at attention, but she's in a Goju Swift Roll thing. And we got some... Oh, shit. That's a lot of weapons. Oh, hello. There's a couple of fun ones in here. What is that? Foam sprayer. I want to zoom in on it so much more than it's letting me do. Which reminds me, I don't have my fucking glasses on. Hold on. I'm wearing my glasses for this whole week because I'm just like... I'm exhausted and I keep... like not getting enough sleep and my eyes are just basically cactus because of it. So I'm like, I know I'm only supposed to really be wearing them for like reading and shit, but I'm like, if they soften my what do you call it? I'm gonna say like my eyeball like muscles, but I'm like, I guess it's like, I don't even know if retinas is the right word. But anyway, if it softens something up with my eyeballs, it's great, I guess. That's not a weird sentence at all. I don't want to give you one. How's it? Doing good. I think Helldavis' voice, so chatting might be intermittent. No, it's all good. Like, if you need to focus into the game and stuff, don't worry about it. I'll be here. I've got plenty of hours to be here. Awful good. I'm not giving you guys little stabby things. What the hell is that? A mini slugger? No, hold on. I need to find out what the hell that is. Hold on. Who can I give this to? Let's start from the back. Go grab that. I want to know what that is. And then I'll start allocating other stuff. Like, you've got... What is that? It's a mini turret gun. Okay, well, I guess... I know that you want to do melee stuff, but, like, I want to give you the fun-looking guns, because they look really interesting. There's also a log. I've seen people use this. I've seen people use that as a weapon, and I've never been able to see it in my own game. So I'm, like, really, really thrilled to see that. That one was a legendary gun. That... What was that? That was a normal... Let's get you a... That would be better than that. So I hope you're well. Wake for like 16 hours. My eyes feel a bit weird. I didn't get a lot of sleep today. My neighborhood decided to be like decidedly like super fucking loud today. So yeah, I was like awake until like 5 p.m. or so. Which is like the equivalent for like most people being up or being kept awake until like, I don't know, 5 a.m. or something like that. So like I think one neighbor on like one side, I feel like they were like getting like tiles ripped up, like floor tiles or something getting ripped up. And so there was like a lot of like heavy duty chiseling and stuff, like, or like jackhammering sort of at like concrete ground and stuff. So fuck knows what's going on there. And, yeah, the other side, I think they do woodworking maybe as a hobby. I don't know. But I do know that they are also like pretty loud because like they, like when they work on stuff, it like thumps and bangs and stuff like that. And it like echoes in this area. But yeah, the neighbors across the road, on the other hand, were trying to drown out all this, and they were blasting music as loud as they possibly could to try to drown out this side of like the street. And as a result of that, it was just like insanely loud on all fronts in all directions. So I ended up with like a pounding headache after like several hours of this, because it was just like continuous noise. But yeah, I ended up kind of going on a side quest and being productive in a different way. So What's wrong with your neighbors, holy yeesh? I just don't know why so many of them are like home and so loud during the day. But like, I can understand if you need to get something done in your house, like let's say you have like a pipe burst onto your house or something like that, and you have to rip up your tiles and the floor, and that's going to take X number of time. I get that, I do. But like, I feel like they've been doing it for like over a month, and the woodworking guy, like, I know he's like fucking loud. Like, he's been extremely loud since Christmas, and I'm like, I feel like when winter comes, he might quiet down again because it might be too cold outside, I kind of hope. Izzy, love. That's another going backwards. Good luck with that. There's a lot of people in this area. And I can't, like, save you if you die, so good luck. The guys across the road and stuff, like, they're intermittent. Like, there's a lot of them in the couple of houses across the road. There's a lot of people that are living in those couple of houses. And so it may not necessarily be just, you know, the same person all the time. It could just be any one person from that household. But I do know that, like, they used to do like boxing or personal training or something. So like in the late afternoons, it used to get like super loud with, like, you know, the sound of like weights being dropped and people screaming and loud music and stuff like that. But they have like a shed set up. Anybody that's not like Australian sheds are normally like really big and just like, I don't know, a panel of like metal, like a couple of sheets of like, I don't know, fence metal kind of thing, just kind of plopped together. And so that shit's not insulated, and it kind of like acts like a sound chamber. So whichever direction has the door is whichever direction the sound is going to amplify in. And yeah, their door is directional at me, at my house. So thank you for the steel. I do need a lot of steel. So yeah, whenever they do stuff, like usually they do like, I think they're involved in like footy and stuff like that. So whenever there's like a football event on or something like that, they get like pretty rowdy then, or parties or whatever. But like, I don't really care, as long as it doesn't like leach into the times that I'm live, because you guys might be able to like hear it, and that's not okay for them, you know. More so, like, I don't really care myself. It's just that they don't know that they're potentially, you know, on the internet. So I don't want that for them. Alex, I don't know what's going on. And why did we go kaboom? Why did this go kaboom? I can't see a reason why that would have, except for perhaps too much power, because I've got these two up and running, but it should be the same on either side. And cargo pods, nice. Let's go have a look at what we got. Is that food? It's nutrient paste, but it is food. We also do need like a buttload of food too, like longevity food stuff, like packaged survival meal stuff to be able to get through like the battles and crap. But yeah, this neighborhood is generally pretty lively overall most of the time. I guess it's just usually like if you have like a day job, if you like leave your premises and like disappear for like part of the day, it's not as in your face kind of thing, if that makes sense, as opposed to like if you're home all the time, it's continuous, so it's just never ending here. And like I said, it gets better in summer, in fucking winter, English, my god. It gets better in winter when everything gets cold and everybody kind of like closes stuff up more, so it doesn't, like the sound doesn't leach as far, you know. So that's usually when it's a lot nicer. You should be able to reach these, I would say. We'll see how they go with some of these corners, honestly. They should be able to reach that one if I do that, and if I do that. If I find any spots are like kind of crumbly built, I'll come back and I'll fix it up later. It'll be fine. But yeah, apart from that, how much steel? Sorry, I missed the message. So basically, as much steel as can be sent, because I'm gonna need steel. And then, because I want to make a shit ton of turrets straight off the bat. I don't know how many steel I'm going to need for that. I will need components and stuff later, which I might actually update that. Need basically a buttload of, what do you got? Steel components. At the moment, I think they're the two things that are needed at this stage, so I can make up turrets and crap. But then later on, I think I'll need plasteel and uranium and maybe advanced components by that point in time. But these are gonna use most of my other stuff at the moment. Also, if we've almost got this built, do we have gold for it? Fuck, we don't have gold. Okay, let's go and destroy a cat bed. I was making golden cat beds because I don't know. I can. That should be enough. I think it only wanted 20. If I say don't make those for the moment. Also, why do we not have carpet in those spots? Everything that I planted is dying because I planted everything and now we have a cold snap. So, yeah, don't replant anything at the moment. If it's like harvestable, great. But all of this is going to die. Like, we're in spring, but it's going to cap us, which is why I took the time to make this room. But I need them to make the heater, and I think this is on. I'm pretty sure this has power. Yeah, it's accessible to power. Should be fine. What else? Yeah, so I ended up working on, like, some other stuff today. I was supposed to be working on doing my, like, editing and uploading to YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And my brain decided that it was happier procrastinating because there was so much non-stop sound bombardment from, like, 7 a.m. until, like, at least 5 p.m. when I fell asleep. It was just non-stop. There was never a second that it was quiet and stuff. So I was like really struggling with like being able to like think and function and shit. So yeah, I ended up doing stuff with this avatar, not my live 2D one, but this PNG tuber. As you can see, we've got the different hair color variation. I decided to make that today just for the fuck of it. And there's another one too, which is redeemable. Technically I made three new ones. So you guys are like welcome to find those and play with those if you want. Obviously Pink isn't redeemable and stuff because she's not compatible with other outfits and stuff. If I wanted Pink to be a redeemable compatible one, I would have to make at this point a third avatar that, or like a third or fourth avatar that basically has like all the Pink variants. Because the way it works is, like, for anybody that doesn't know, my avatar on screen is a PNG tuber, right? And PNG tubers are usually like 4 images that like make the avatar look like you're moving and stuff, functional and whatever. Sorry, break 4 with that crap. But yeah, that's kind of how they work. And then usually people have alternate expressions or poses and stuff like that as like something they can swap between. And you'll normally just like hold down a button for like a second or whatever, and or like for however long you want to do that expression and stuff. Whereas I have utilized mine by essentially just maxing out its capabilities. And I'm also going to plant these all out so I get all the wood. I've kind of like maximized my avatar by essentially being like, okay, she has all these different outfits and she has all these different hair colors and stuff, and they're all compatible, which is not something you usually get with PNG tubers because, yeah, it's a lot of work. There's like hundreds of images to make that work. And also I have the alternate avatar and stuff. So obviously when I have her swap over to another one to get her lined up and stuff, I've also got to have X number of like images and stuff to like swap her over. So yeah, that's how all that shit works. I don't think this is quite going to reach that spot, but I'll put 2 more down here. Like I said, this steel is also helping us make these. Kind of just want to take that from about there. I don't need it to be quite that far, I don't think. Maybe 1 more over for the back one. Probably 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of these little like lines of electricity around the place, and I'm going to have like lots of these, which once I start actually getting to a point where these start getting empty underneath them, I'll start moving them back in and moving them around. It also looks like that first batch of ambrosia has ceased to exist, which is fine. Need research project, did we not grab one? Oh, I can do it now. Fantastic. Why don't you go for... I can't grab the one underneath it. Okay, I couldn't do this before, but this will let me do fabrication to make components and crap. Which realistically, I basically need like a room over here to kind of just throw down like a shit ton of building and stuff into. I feel like once I've got like this wall up, I feel like making like a third wall. But I really want like the wall that I make the ship into to be like more centered kind of thing. The only problem is it is going to probably take out a couple of these. But I could put one of these down here safely. And I don't think I could fit that up there. I could fit one over here. It's losing a little bit of its symmetricaliness. This is fine. I do need a couple of these around the place because I will lose them. I could put a couple in the animal pen realistically. Yeah, that's using some space. Alright, well, I also just cut that particular grow spot. I don't want to do that in that spot there. To about there, I think it was. This might cut this grow spot in half. Okay, I don't want to put it in that spot. I probably could have moved it over a little bit more, but I want to leave the good growing area. Although I do think I like cut it a little bit. I cut into it a little bit, but this is okay. And I can't throw it on the back side of this, but this is okay. I can move it forwards. There we go. Okay, so that will kind of extend it to about the equal bit of that. This will be probably more than I have already. There'll be 8 and we're only running 6. So we'll have more power than I currently have. So if I need to remove these, I can. My only thing is I do realistically need like additional batteries. Now they are loving this fucking space. What do they think about this? It's Alex's barracks apparently. Slightly impressive, rich, quite spacious, ugly, but sterile. Okay, that's fine. As long as that's working, I'd love to be able to put like a bunch of the other research stuff with it, but this is fine for the moment. And I have 2 of these, which realistically I could throw down here, but if I use a fabrication bench in here, which is about the same size, that will work too. And we are up to making medicine. I need you guys to make medicine forever, because we are also going to need medicine. So if we have it, might as well make it. We won't have time to make alcohol at this point, although they could technically make it, but I don't think we'll have enough time to really like enjoy it kind of thing. So get rid of that table. What else we got in here? We got a lot of like weapons and shit, which is good. It's just that I don't know what some of them do. Like this rocket swarms tube. Like we've got spares of stuff. Nobody came to grab these either. Joru, mate. Instead of building that wall, can you not haul it? Do we not have space? No empty accessible spot to store it. I'm pretty sure we're allowed to have weapons on the ground, right? Weapons, unless it's not a weapon. No, that's all weapons to buildings. It's not like it's a chunk. Raw resources. It's not a raw resource, to my knowledge. Okay, so where do these get stored then? Minigun. Oh, that's a mini turret gun. I'm guessing that goes into one of these fucking things. Let's go find out. Let's build that one. If it goes into it, it goes into it. I don't know if it does, but I guess I need another spot to put stuff. This looks like it's all being used. All of that's being used. Have a look at this bench. What else is it not allowing? Raw foods is fine. Raw foods, plant matter, they're not allowed. So I don't know what these come under. And why it won't let me store it. Do you guys know what these come under? Because it's not letting me take it inside. not rotten, I don't think. I can't foresee it being considered as food. Raw resources, plant matter, stone matter. I would have thought it'd be a weapon. Ranged weapon, maybe? Grenades. I'm not seeing it in the list. Unless it's under... Well, let's have a look at the other one first. Grenades, that's not it. Melee weapons. Nope, it's not being counted as a thing. I wonder if it's something that, like, Rimconnect allows, but, like, my colony, my game doesn't know how to use? Maybe Mystic? Nah. Utility, perhaps? That's not even that. I'm so confused by this. Art production, I would imagine maybe security? Nope, it's not that. Mystic. Like, I would imagine if I come across it, it would be, like, lit up, you know? It would be, like, red. Also, I don't think I've ever seen this particular spot in any of my lists. I've never looked. So,